Hello everybody, Jordan here. The PH is silent. This is going to be another quick review of a DMsGuild product about the realm of Narfell up north. But first, I'd like to talk to you about DScribe, which is sponsoring this video. DScribe has finally crafted boxed text for your tabletop RPG role-playing game. You come here, you search something like, well, it's saying Ancient Red Dragon, so we'll try that. And then as you are going through, you can find various descriptions of an Ancient Red Dragon. So, centuries of creating terror, causing anguish, and fomenting chaos should weigh upon a soul. So lots of really fun, interesting stuff. You can find, I use this site a lot for inspiration, as you can find some really cool, awesome flavor text for locations. They have everything kind of split up by various things, so you can find, like, here's Dragonborn and Village for the tags, and you can find some really cool stuff. So give it a shot. It is free. They do have a subscription, but if you are interested, there's lots of free stuff to try out before you make a commitment. So if you're interested, go to dscribe.com/Jordan with a PH in the middle, and thank you again, DScribe. This is Narfell, written by Lex Mandrake, Chris Baudreau. The French names, I'm not good. And Brian Yaksha. Lex is a good friend of mine, and he gave me this review copy, just so you know, but he's not asking for a review. I just review the stuff I like, and this is Forgotten Realms centric, so it's pretty fun. So if you're curious about where Narfell is, this is an interactive map of Faerun, and up in the corner here, we can zoom in, and right below the Great Glacier, I guess you can't see my mouse, but right below the Great Glacier here is the land of Narfell, and it's a cold, kind of tundra-y area. It goes for $19.95 on the DMsGuild. This is only as a PDF. The art is really, really cool and unique and amazing. All right, so this is Narfell, the setting guide. And a lot of Narfell is very cold, and so there has some interesting mechanics and stuff that they've created because of that. This whole thing is really great. We've got I just love the art. I just think it's really, really fun. So he's got a lot of good people working on this. I know Lex, I've met Chris. The rest of them I don't know, but they seem really good. And so right off the get-go, these are all hyperlinked. So I can click on any of these. Like if I click on past and present, it's going to take me exactly to where I want to go. I like that. This is a 90-page PDF. So we can go to like locations. And here is a map that they've included of Narfell. And within this location of minor and major locations, certain objects are hyperlinked. So Hark's finger right here in the middle of the map, right there, that's actually a hyperlink. And so I can click that and it will take me to Hark's finger, which is this underground tundra mountain, and then all the things that are associated with it. Super fun. And then at the bottom, I can go back to the table of contents, or I can go back to encounters. So I'll go to encounters, and it's like, oh, here are the encounters for Hark's finger that they have allowed you to either pull from, or you can, roll a d6 and get randomly generated stuff. As far as a PDF, this is super useful and a great way to like bounce around and get, I have so many PDFs that I'm like creating bookmarks to get back to, and this is all done for you. So a very well laid out PDF, I should say. The beginning is all about Narfell and its past and present. And honestly, after reading a lot of this, I was like, I should just do a video on Narfell at some point. The timeline of what's going on in the region up until 1494, which is hypothetically where we are now in the realms. And then here's a list of all of the locations. So again, I can click on the various locations here. I kind of wish that the hyperlinks were, I don't know, what's the word I want? Like that they were in blue or highlighted somehow, because I can select Peltarch, but down here, like Byzantine, I can't select. So that's not something that he did, but it's on the map. It's kind of would be nice to know the stuff that he created. But going through here, it's just a general history. This is a setting, so you'll understand what is at all of these locations. But now the cool thing about these locations is a lot of them also have encounters. So of these spots you can go to, the Fallen Palace is the Deathless Royal Court. They hold banquets and plan their long-lost war. If we go to encounters, the Fallen Palace, I can roll 1d6 and we can pull up some of these. Yes, with Narfell, there's a strong tie to abyssal and demonic magic, which is reflected later in some of the other player options you can take. And this is a really interesting castle that was built up to study demonic magic. And so you have this good place for a secret to be lying there for your players to come get. Now there's a section for players, which I like. These are going to be your backgrounds and a couple of subclasses. So the Nar Rider background, you can have a faithful companion, like a horse. And this could be your background if you're from here. You're a horse lord. It's pretty cool. Got your personality traits and your ideals and flaws. And then they have a warlock subclass called the Demon Binder. The Demon Binder has the first level is Demon Binder, or your first level Demon Binder feature is labeled here, and you gain a token of interlocking occult symbols wrought from iron. Instilled in them is the essence of a lesser demon lord. You can choose a demon lord or determine it randomly from the table below. And as a bonus action, you can call upon this entity to perform their listed power. And once you use this feature, it becomes more difficult to use again until you finish a short rest. Each subsequent time you use this feature before resting, you roll a DC 15 charisma check, and on a failure, the power has no effect and you take 1d8 psychic damage per character level, which is kind of interesting. Could kill yourself if you're not careful. Well, I guess you'd have to have like a negative con maybe to kill yourself, but then you kind of deserve to die, right? Your character. These are some fun ones. We have Ugundek, the Squirming King. Whenever a creature you choose loses life before your next turn, you may remove all diseases and neutralize all poisons affecting you or an ally that you can see. Very interesting. Oh, and it has the layer that they're on. So we have layer 177 and the specialty of them. That's really fun. Your 6th level is Command Fiend. Ancient Rites, you have the psychic damage die changes from a D8 to a D6 when you fail your roll, which is cool. Anyway, pretty fun. If you're, especially for the realms, this would work out really well, which is what it's for. And then for Dungeon Masters, some cold exposure rules because it is very, very chilly. A random Nar tribe generator, which is cool. These are the magic items of this supplement. I really like the art. It's this simple, but it conveys so much. So the Holy Circlet of Impilter, you get an aura and you have some extra magic and stuff. It's kind of fun, engraved with these holy symbols. And it's so simple, but this is the Moaning Crown. I really like this. You get a shadow form when you wear this, and you get some extra magical spells and wraith powers. True Crown of Narfell requires attunement by a warlock. You can have some interesting abilities with this. And we get into monsters. Again, this artwork is just amazing. We have demon. We have some beasts. Monstrosity. Another beast. Up next, we have a faction adventure generator. So there are different factions within Narfell that are vying for power. And they're all divided up into these tier 1 through 4s. And as you're playing, you can pull from those to kind of show how much of a threat they are. So let's start with 1. We have faction 1, the Host of the Host. Host of Hosts. And this is what's going on. A warlord, young and poisoned by nationalism, seeks to unify Narfell and purge anything that does not fit. Your tier 1 is like, well, what's going on early on? And then as you continue playing, this advance over to tier 2. So the threat escalates to tier 2. And this is kind of fun because you could plant a couple of little hooks there, here and there, have stuff going on that the players are not involved in. So all of a sudden they write up, they're like, no, all this stuff's been going on, and you have a tier 3 or 4 problem on your hands. It's fun. So here we have, the Host of the Host, if they're victorious. Interesting. It's pretty cool. So the Court of the Thief King. And the same thing, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. This isn't like, oh, I have a tier 4 character, I have to do this. This is just how the faction conflict kind of evolves. Pretty cool. And it gives a lot of power to the dungeon master to make it their own. It doesn't feel linear, and I like that a lot. 90 pages. It is Narfell, a setting guide, which is located in the Forgotten Realms, whenever you want to run that really interesting, what's the word? For whenever you want to run that gathering allies to conquer Thay and stop Zastam kind of game that you're going to put together. So really cool. And it looks like they've really tied into making this tablet friendly. So that's really cool. And there is a video here that I'll probably link this video as well down below, of Lex. And that's it. So that's my recommendation. If you guys have something that you want me to review, let me know in the comments below. If you want to pick up Narfell, I'll put an affiliate link down below, and a little bit comes back my way to help me keep the lights on over here at Silent Letter Productions. And now I feel like I need to get Narfell its own video. So maybe I'll start working on that next. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.